Hi, I'm Bonnie Browning, and I'm here at AQS QuiltWeek in Paducah with the Best of Show winners, Renae Haddadin and Karen K. Buckley. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, now I know your audience out there wants to know more about how you put this gorgeous quilt together. Karen, I know you made the top, so let's start with you.
Yeah, I did the hand applique, and a lot of the designs were inspired from trips that I took to Mexico over the years. The color clearly for me came from that. And over the years I collected some pottery from Mexico, and just some of the design elements in it were very intriguing to me, and that was sort of what got me rolling on designing the blocks.
And of course, they put lots of different designs in the same piece of pottery too, so you had a lot to choose from.
I did, a lot to choose from, yes.
And I bet you had a stash big enough that you could pull a lot of these gorgeous fabrics from.
I have a lot of fabric. It's ridiculous. But it's just, I collect the fabric, you know, and then it's great because when I go to work on a quilt, I have a vast majority of what I need right there. And then I can just jump right in and start. I don't have to then go look for more fabric because a lot of it's just sort of right there at my fingertips.
Do you know, I always call that my fabric library because,
Good word.
do you know what? You don't have to use it.
That's correct.
You know, a library can just sit on the shelf for a while.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, Renee, then you did the quilting. But before we talk about that, how did the two of you get together to form this collaboration?
We met several years ago and really hit it off. I really liked Karen and I think we enjoyed each other. And then at one of the AQS shows, we were both teachers in Des Moines, and I think I said to Karen, oh, you know, we could make a quilt together. That would be fun. Our style, our quilting, our idea of a beautiful quilt is very similar. And then it was probably 2 years after that. She sent an email and asked if I was really serious about that, and I said, sure I was. So that's when I got started on the quilting for this.
So tell us about your inspirations for the designs, because you really have to look at this quilt in detail, and I'm sure our photographer will get some good shots so you all can see it too, because it's got multitudes of different designs on it.
For me, I wanted to really use the open red space, and it's very unpredictable. It's not symmetrical, which I do a lot of symmetrical quilting, and so it was a challenge for me. I wanted to make sure that I take advantage of all those red spots that just needed some extra quilting. And then I pulled a lot of the elements out of Karen's designs of the applique. So you'll see several places where she's used a flower and then I've used a similar flower in the quilting somewhere else. And that's it.
Well, I think one of the things that's beautiful about it is you've used thread that matches the background, and then you've used lots of other colors of thread and some variegated threads that just make it really beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, so is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this? How's it feel to be the big winners?
When they were calling out the names last night, I was shaking. My eyes started to tear. I'm like, no way, this cannot be happening. And I couldn't wait to call my husband. I was just so excited. I was like, I gotta call Joe. Because he was waiting for the phone call. And so it was just, I mean, it felt like my heart was gonna beat right out of my chest. I couldn't believe it. I'm still in shock. Really?
Well, you know what, and how did you feel when your name was
I
announced?
think Karen pretty well described it.
We were holding
My
hands.
legs were shaking, and I thought, oh my.
Do you know, I've had some quilts that were juried into the show, and I always thought it was just an honor to be juried in.
It
and,
is.
And I didn't win this prize, but I won the third place prize. And I thought, oh my gosh, you know, this is like this is the icing on the cake. So I can just imagine how you two feel of being the best of show, the Janome Best of Show winner here at AQS QuiltWeek.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I almost didn't come to the show because I had come off of a really long trip and I was really tired, and I got the phone call from Meredith, and then Renae said to me, it's like going to the Olympics and not getting on the podium. like, we need to go, Karen. So my husband got on the internet. It's like, okay, we might be able to see if we can find you a flight. We had a little bit of a tricky time getting me here, but it worked, and I'm so happy I came.
Well, and the people need to know that Meredith didn't tell you what you won, did
no,
you? She just
no.
said she thought you ought to be here for the
Yes.
awards presentation, didn't
Yes,
she?
she did. That's correct.
So, well, congratulations. This is a perfect specimen of a quilt for us to have as the best of show. And so the next question is, everybody's going to ask, are you going to give it up to the Quilt Museum?
Absolutely. I think we
Yes,
we
we
both
were in agreement.
Yeah, thought that's quite an honor. In fact, if I were to make my little bucket list, having a quilt in the museum is one of those things on the bucket list for me. I consider that a big honor.
That's great. Well, congratulations again.
Thank
and
you.
we just hope that everybody sees it at the show or they come to the Quilt Museum and see your beautiful Janome Best of Show quilt.
Thank you.